In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on the jazz tune Comin Home Baby. And specifically, I'm focused on the Hank Jones arrangement. If you want to listen to that, just Google or actually YouTube Hank Jones Comin Home Baby, and you'll hear the arrangement that I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to play you the recording that I made, and also we're going to discuss some of the things that you need to learn in order to perform this particular composition. And there are some really neat things about it, and we're also going to talk about some scales and some chords that you need. But basically, we're focused on the feel, and I think it's a really great tune to add to your repertoire. So let me play you the tune through first in its entirety. I'm going to play a couple of choruses of the solo in Boogaloo, which is straight 8 feel, and then it switches to swing, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. Now, in another video, I asked for bass players and drummers to record tracks, send them to me so that I can re-record it, because the bass and the drums in this is actually just, MIDI sequence. So I'm really looking for someone to send me an interesting recording so that I can play over top of that and re-record it and give you a credit for it. So if you can listen to it, I'm going to post the arrangement below. You can download it and play along with it and send me a recording. That would be really great. And we'll make sure that you get credit for that. And we'll link to your YouTube channel or your website or whatever. So let me play the tune through once. This is Comin Home Baby. And then we're going to come back and discuss some of the details. Let's get going. All right, so let's go through the arrangement a little bit, talk about the piano part. You can see there's the piano on the top two staffs and then the bass and drums. Let me make a screenshot of this quickly because I want to discuss this thing in particular, which is the opening piano line in the left hand. So your fingering is basically like this. On the bottom, you've got the fifth finger, and then you've got the second finger and then first finger. Now that is really hard to reach for a lot of people. So it's not so much this, which is the 10th, but it's basically because now you're putting the second finger on the F, the distance for this finger and which is the second finger and the fifth finger is not an easy thing to do. So you may not be able to reach that, but it sounds really cool if you can. And the fingering is the same for all of those chords. So G minor 7th, G minor 6th, flat 6, and then again to the 5th. Now, you can do that as practice. And the more you do it, your fingers will actually stretch out over time. So good luck with that. If you can't do it, you can just play 2 and 5 like this. But it doesn't sound nearly as good as this. Which is the way that Hank Jones plays it. So that's the first thing of note. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, obviously this is minor blues. And you've got these sort of piano riffs. At the end of the first line here, you've got. So we're focused on this right here. And when you see the C sharp go into the D and the G, a lot of people play it 2 and 3, second finger, third finger, like this. But I find it much more soulful and better feel if you just slide the third finger like this. Which is a normal way of playing it, but a lot of people do 2 to 3. I prefer just sliding the third finger. All right, let's continue on a little bit. And I wanted to specifically talk about this riff right here. So when it goes. So we're doing this phrase right here. So what you want to do is basically 2, 3, 1. And then stick the fifth note on top. The fifth finger, I mean. Now, the way that I've written it with 2 eighth notes and then a triplet over the 16ths, right? And then a quarter note here and then 2 eighth notes. You know, there's probably a billion ways to write that and everybody writes it a little bit differently, but it's really a feel thing. So you want to hang out on the C and the G a little bit longer than the other notes. So again, you really have to hear that, but the fingering is, like I say, fifth finger, 2, 3, 1. And let's talk about those chords coming up there, because that's an interesting thing that doesn't really appear in any other composition that I know of. And that's this section here where you've got your B flat 7 sharp 9, and then to A7 sharp 9, A flat 7 sharp 9. So basically you're just following the chords down. So what you have here is a D flat chord in third position, so third inversion, right? And then all you have in the left hand is the third and the seventh. Now the interesting thing about that is you've got those notes are the same, and then fourths, and then a third on top. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Even though it's simple, it's not that easy to play. So again, it's going to take you a little bit of left hand, left brain, right brain thing to work that out. But once you get it, it is really cool, especially when you're playing it with bass and drums. If you have any questions about this particular arrangement, I'm going to post a link below so you can download it and learn it. And again, try to remember, I'm really looking for a bass player, a real bass player to record something using the same format of the recording that I've given you, and just play along with that and send me the recording. And also drums would be great as well. And I would like to re-record it with a couple of real musicians. So if you could pick up that challenge, that'd be great. If you like this video or you have any comments, or just, post some comments below. Any questions that you have, I'll answer them. And of course, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That'd be great. See you soon.